Honestly, every time I hear a Karen say, "It's junk, I have the right to get rid of it," I know right then something's about to blow up. Only this time, that familiar line didn't just mean a little neighborhood drama. No, this. Karen didn't just get a car towed, she had it crushed, flattened, a scrap metal problem solved in her mind. The problem for her, that junk was a 1967 Shelby GT 500 worth $2.1 million. And the guy she just stole it from, he's a detective specializes in financial crimes. Yeah, this is how legends start. Pulled up to my place after a brutal 12-hour shift, sun barely over the horizon, that thick Arizona heat already hanging in the air, felt like I was swimming through it, not walking. All I wanted was a shower and to collapse into bed for 8 straight hours, but the world had other plans. Cup of coffee in one hand, keys in the other. I glance at my garage and freeze. Doors open, that's not right. I never ever leave it open. Gut sinking, I step closer and suddenly there's this pit in my stomach. That car, my father's car, the one we'd restored together over a decade, is gone. Just an empty space and a couple of greasy stains where the tires used to rest. For a second, I figure I must be hallucinating, running on fumes, but I'm not that lucky. This wasn't just a car either. My dad bought that Shelby brand new the year I was born. 10 years we spent fixing it up every holiday, every Sunday, every chance we had. Over 300 grand poured into it. Didn't matter because that car was the last thing he ever worked on before he went to the hospital. The last place I ever saw him smile. Some folks inherit trust funds. Me, I got wrenches, grease-busted knuckles, and memories. Old habits die hard, so I call the non-emergency line badge out of sight and ask about a stolen vehicle. The dispatcher gets quiet, then says, "Detective Robinson, your vehicle wasn't stolen. It was towed under HOA enforcement, Westbrook Estates." She sounds almost apologetic. My heart's pounding. I have to ask her to repeat it. There it is again, not stolen. Enforced. And here's the thing, HOAs don't have any right to tow a car from your own locked garage, but that didn't stop them. So I clean up, change into civvies, and walk 3 blocks over to see Christine Rogers, president of the HOA. 7 terms, 18 years running the show. She opens the door with that smile people reserve for church bake sales and IRS audits. She listens, then gives me the community standards speech. Section 12, paragraph 4. Inoperable vehicles are prohibited. I tell her the car ran fine, had it out 2 days ago. She just waves a manicured hand. It looked old and rusty. Eyesore, you know. Lowers property values. She tells me her husband's company disposed of it. I press for details. She tips her head that way people do when they're about to insult your intelligence and says crushed, scrapped, recycled, the kind of tone where you're supposed to thank her for saving the environment. I don't raise my voice. I don't threaten her even though I want to. I know better evidence wins, not anger. I'll need documentation of everything I tell her. Violation, notice board, vote, disposal records, all of it. She actually laughs. Feel free to file a complaint, Mr. Robinson. The board will review it. Door closes. She's already forgotten about me. Walking back, I start piecing things together. 18 years, nobody stopped her. She finds people, tows, cars, makes lives miserable until they move out. She acts untouchable. And why not? No one's ever fought back. She just has no idea who she's dealing with this time. I file a formal records request. The HOA sends back a 1-pager, denied, confidential, president's discretion, translation. You get nothing. And why not just go full cop, flash my badge? Because then I hand her the best defense in the world. Officer vendetta. I've built too many cases to fall into that trap. The harassment ramps up. Fine for a doormat too wide. Then a weed in my landscaping. Then get this citation for unauthorized vehicle storage. My own car, my driveway, $100. Warning, continued violations may result in enforcement action. Christine's not just showing off, she's trying to make me quit. I don't answer, don't pay, don't complain. I just document every single thing. Date, time, photos, witnesses. Every fine after my first complaint is evidence of retaliation. She thinks she's in control. In reality, she's giving me the whole pattern on a silver platter. Here's the twist. Checking my mail, a woman in her 40s, Pamela Smith, board member, walks up barely whispering, "There was no board vote for your car. Christine did it herself. I have a recording from the meeting. Please don't say it came from me." She hands me a USB, vanishes down the block. I'm standing there, drive in my palm, pulse pounding. This could be everything or nothing, but it's hope. Arizona's a one-party consent state for recordings, but court's another matter. I listen anyway, nearly an hour of board chatter, but at minute 32, Christine's voice handled it already. Don't need board approval. Section 12 gives me authority. That confidence, the casual way she says it, like it's a chore she checked off her grocery list. Next step, county records. Towing permits, disposal docs, business records for her husband's company. I get a package of documents 10 days later, spread them out on the same table where Dad and I planned every restoration step. 11 years Gerald's towing company has the contract. 63 cars towed. $1,500 a pop paid by the HOA, a couple hundred for actual disposal, the rest straight to Gerald's pocket. Over $70,000 moved quietly from community funds. All signed by Christine. My car abandoned. Inoperable. No owner response. Every word a lie. There was never any notification. There was never a board vote for 51 of those cars. Christine didn't care about rules. She counted on nobody checking the paperwork. County records don't lie. Turns out 14 families sold their homes within 2 months of enforcement actions. Most refused to talk, but one David Parker tells me Christine targeted his fishing boat towed and sold while he was out of town. He lawyered up. She buried him in counter complaints. He caved, sold at a loss, moved out. Her playbook was working. But not this time. This time she picked a detective with a grudge and a file thicker than a phone book. The more I dig, the clearer the picture. This isn't just HOA nonsense, it's criminal. I call Jason Roberts from Financial Crimes. We meet at a diner out of town. He flips through the evidence appraisal certificate, $2.1 million. Authorization forms, towing records, Pamela's recording, witness statements. That's not incompetence, he says, that's a kickback scheme. He runs through the charges: criminal, damage, theft, fraud, conspiracy, not civil criminal, real time. I think back how easy it was for her to do this because I trusted the system, ignored the warning letters, never read the bylaws. She thrived on people being busy, tired, distracted, too trusting. I promise myself that mistake ends here. The investigation gets official. Jason takes over. Independent interviews, subpoenas, airtight. Then comes the night of the monthly HOA meeting. I sit in the back, documents ready, heart pounding. Christine runs through her agenda like nothing's wrong. I raise my hand, questions about vehicle towing, please. She tries to brush me off, but I insist. In front of 40 neighbors, I lay it all out. No vote, no notice, lies on official forms, $2.1 million shall be destroyed. Christine freezes as I show the appraisal. "Who are you?" she asks, voice shaking. "Detective Terry Robinson, Phoenix Police, Financial Crimes. But I'm here as a resident, a victim." Jason and 2 officers walk in. Christine's face goes white. They read her rights. She doesn't fight. Just walks out, mascara running the whole room, watching 18 years of untouchable power dissolve in minutes. The kicker, Gerald's fraud ran across 4 more HOAs. The FBI's on it now. Christine pleads guilty. 3.5 years in state prison. Gerald probation license gone, restitution ordered. The HOA pays the price. New elections. Pamela wins, people start acting like neighbors again. The air in the community changes. You can feel it. 6 weeks after the arrest, the junkyard calls me. The owner saved the Shelby steering wheel, the same one Dad and I gripped, the last real link to all those years together. He refuses payment, just says, glad something survived. That wheel sits on my mantle next to Dad's photo. The car's gone, but some things they can't take. Here's the lesson: real justice isn't revenge, it's restoring balance, making sure nobody ever feels so untouchable again. My father always said the right way to do something is the only way. Christine cut corners for 18 years because no one looked. This time, someone did. So now I'll ask you, if it was your legacy, your memories on the line, what would you do? File a lawsuit and wait years for compensation, or build the case and make it public, let the whole world see? Let's hear it in the comments. Because silence is how people like Christine survive for years. Eventually someone checks the paperwork. And when that day comes, the house of cards comes down. Authority without accountability is just borrowed time. Don't ever forget it.